welcome back to another episode of the Mono Radio podcast. Today we have, for the first time, 4 guests on. So we'll do a quick introduction so you can see and hear the different voices and faces and whatever. First to my left, and first time on the podcast,
Debut.
Brad Domick.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
You excited?
Sure.
Well, that was convincing.
Yeah. You know why you're here?
No.
Because you don't know anything about what's about to happen.
Yep.
So you're sort of representing everyone that doesn't know anything.
No, yeah, I agree. That's most topics too. Most topics I represent. You know when people say you walk into a room where you're the smartest person in the room? I represent all the dumbest people. So when everyone walks into the room, that's how they feel smart. So
Very fitting.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
All right, next person we have on is a return guest from last episode, Chris Midlam.
Boom.
Chris, how was the feedback after the last episode?
Oh, look, depending on who it was from, feedback from Sean was negative, I'd say, below average. Yeah, a couple people, but no, it was generally quite good.
Maxine?
Yeah, you know, we had words. You know, we talked it out. I think we're cool. We're cool. We're cool. You know, we're cool.
I'm glad to hear. All right, and last but not least, Sean.
I'll say something this time because remember
usual.
last time I didn't.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone.
Pretty sure people recognize your voice anyway.
Sick
All
of
right.
the voice.
Why should you not do the Open? Or why should you do the Open?
Ooh.
That is the topic of the day.
Why should you not? And why should you?
Yeah.
Or why should you?
I'm so glad we got you here, Brad.
That's an interesting.
I was thinking it.
Okay.
Why would you not do the Open, Brad?
Yeah, it's a very good question.
Did you do it last year?
No.
How come?
I think I was in my cycling phase last year.
Oh, yeah.
That face.
Yeah. Why is that so funny?
Nothing.
For about 18 months, I was a cyclist,
You were-
basically a
You
professional
were-
cyclist.
How did that event go?
Oh, look.
That's why I was laughing.
So it was scheduled and rescheduled 3 times, and then wasn't cancelled because of COVID or anything. It was down the south coast. Trained for a good 18 months leading up to it, and then the floods of all floods came, and it got cancelled because of floods.
It was just
So-
not meant to be, was it?
No, but I trained my heart out for no event at all,
Yep.
and put everything else on hold.
How did that make you
So I think it
feel?
was that. Yeah, it left me quite hollow, and I'll never cycle again. Straight up.
You still have the bike?
Yeah, I've got the bike.
Oh, okay.
In saying that, it made me buy one of those trainers, you know, a smart trainer, the Bluetooth trainers, that I have used since, because that's actually a really cool, you know, time filler. If you can't get to the gym or something like that, you can do a quick half hour on the bike at home. It's
Is that where you
fantastic.
take
Yeah.
the back wheel off?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I've heard
They're
the
awesome.
best.
Yeah.
Honestly, I tried that. That was so boring.
No, but
Are you
do
serious?
Yeah, but no, but do you connect it to a phone or to a computer or something?
Yeah,
So
but you're still just
Zwift-
sitting at home biking.
You are, but with these, so I had this one called the Sufferfest, and they did a good job of patching together different stages of the Tour de France and different cycling races.
So you just
and
view
so,
it on your phone.
or a
Pretend you're out in
computer.
nature.
Okay, but I rigged up a monitor in the garage, and so I was looking at a decent sized screen, and it
It's
puts
cool how
you
it
kind
adjusts
of
for
in
the hills and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
downhill.
It does
and
it
like
all on
does
its own.
it all.
So
I think
Probably a little bit better.
the more money you spend on the trainer, the better the effect. I think if you just get something where you're changing gears, there's no feedback. It's like
there's
just
some horrible
mind-numbing.
ones too.
Yeah, mind-numbing.
where it's basically just on
Yeah.
rollers or something.
Yeah.
Ugh.
A part of the fun of being on a bike is being on the road and having all the challenges that come, you
Yeah.
can't plan for. I thought that was part of the
Not on the northern
enjoyment.
beaches.
Many challenges.
Yeah,
there,
riding
but
out here.
So there was
far
a couple of our training rides. We were like, I don't know, maybe 70 Ks into it or so. And we happened to hit West Head Road when the Manly Cycling Club was doing one of their races on a Sunday. And so I've never been in races, never done anything like that. But we just happened to come onto West Head Road, and the peloton like motored past us, and like A grade, you could hear them. They were coming up behind, and you just heard this A grade. But these guys in the front of the pack are basically saying, "Get the fuck out of the way!" Right? Novices.
Did your competitive instinct kick in?
Wait, so A grade blew past,
Yeah.
and then the next peloton comes past, which is B grade. And
So
so
they yelled B grade.
no, they didn't.
And still fly past you.
No, so they went past as well, and my mate and I were like, let's get on this. So we jumped on the back of the Peloton, apparently the worst etiquette ever. So if any cyclists listening, they're like, you son of a bitch. So we jumped on the back of the Peloton and we're hammering it out in B grade. We didn't do anything like try and challenge for the front or anything, but that was really fun.
That'd
So
be
I would-
awesome.
yeah.
So, and you could see all the jostling in the pack and everything, and it was
Is that
really
the closest
cool.
you've probably been to a race?
Yes, that is exactly the closest I've come
Sounds
to a
awesome.
cycling race.
Oh, I should
But
do
it
an
was
event.
really fun. I think there's one coming up in 18 months.
Hey, you can just time it. The next race, you just stand ready at the West Head and bam, you're on.
Oh, that's good.
So that's why I didn't do the Open.
All right,
last
all right.
year.
I think
guess
that's
the last
that's a
maybe
good reason
3
if it's
years or
going to
so.
like have an adverse effect to your main sport or like event. That's a fair reason to not do the Open if it's going to affect what you're actually training for.
Yeah.
Only if you knew that it wasn't going to happen. Could have done the Open.
Yeah. Well, that was more of a clickbaity title. I guess we are going to explain what the Open is and address a lot of the questions that people have around it. But to kick off, well, we've kicked off with a bike story, which was great. But I thought I'd ask, what's everyone's best experience with the Open? Let's maybe start with you, Chris.
Oh, best experience. I think, honestly, I think the best experience, I hate to say this, is probably the last few Opens that I've had here at this gym, just because I think it's
hate to say
right.
this.
I hate to say because Sean's right next to me, and it makes me. Tash has done an excellent job. No, like I think honestly the best experience I've had is being here. I think the atmosphere here especially is just so much fun. Like just
Haven't you
Whether
just
it's-
not signed up and just done it without a judge?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I signed up.
Okay, you did
Oh,
sign up.
sorry.
Okay.
No, look.
My bad.
I don't want to go through every single one of my opens
But-
and give you the exact reasons as to why I didn't necessarily
couldn't-
fully complete.
could you just not
but
get a
I've always
judge?
been here and done the workouts.
But that's maybe a good point, though. You signed up, but didn't necessarily post all your scores, and it's not super important, to be real. But it was still an enjoyable experience.
Fantastic, yeah.
Why?
I think this just the atmosphere, people all around cheering, just good bunch of people. I think that it's really competitive here, but it's also fun if you want it to be. Like it's got a bit of everything. It's not just like, okay, we've trained all year for this. This is it. Like it's a make or break, which is sometimes can be really tough sometimes if you put all your eggs into the Open basket and an Open workout doesn't go as you plan. It's just more about just giving it everything and having fun. And I think that's a really good mix here. Like if you want to work, you want to push yourself, you want to go really hard. Awesome. You want to have a bit of fun. You want to just test yourself. Also great. But I think at the end of the day, you finish the workout and no one really cares what your score is. It's just like you've all done it, and that's probably the best part about it.
Yeah.
And I think that this is what this gym has done really, really well. And yeah, I mean, and I've done them at not a fair few, but probably 4 different gyms, and I think that. It's been very, very different experiences, but probably different because of me as well. But yeah, I think the best experience is here, especially at those last days when it's all dress up and everyone's going crazy and having fun. Like it's just awesome.
Last
It's
year's
just
dress up was
so much
wild.
fun. Just so much fun. It's just great.
Yeah. Sean, how about you and we'll ask as a participant, not an organizer, because 2 different things.
Yeah.
It is pretty stressful to organize it, I know, but what's been your best Open experience as a athlete?
I think it's like more so to Chris's point as well. It's like everything around the Friday night when we all do it. So from Friday night when you all do it, there's so many funny things happen, you know, like someone, well, not even funny, but like awesome as well. Someone gets their first bar muscle up or someone cleans a PR weight or something like that. And it's in front of everyone. So everyone gets to sort of experience it. And then from Friday to the next Friday, everyone's talking about it as a group and you're talking to people that you don't necessarily always talk to or train with. So it's like everything around the workouts makes it fun. Waiting for the announcement, you know, I wonder what it's going to be. I wonder what it's going to be. And then they announce
what time the announcement is.
Oh God, that's
probably even better.
Sitting there for an hour going,
what?
oh, that's right.
Oh,
Haven't
daylight
started yet."
savings.
Amy said it was 11.
Yeah. So I think the most enjoyable part of it is everything around the actual workouts. You know, the workouts aren't necessarily always the best fun workouts. Last year we had the wall walks, which was a big spanner in the works, but it's just the camaraderie between everyone, the jokes that start to go around, you know, the anticipation of waiting for the workout. You'll hear the workout and then you think to yourself, oh, God, you know, Kimbo's going to crush this one, or, you know, Midlam's going to struggle with this as per usual, you know.
I was waiting for that.
That's every workout.
But yeah, that's what I find the most enjoyable. And then the awards night. Like that's our best social night of the year every year is the award night, because we hand out silly awards, and, you know, now with the new structure that we might go through a little bit later on, but with a new structure of people qualifying to the next stages and stuff like that, and being able to, I suppose, reward people in front of everyone for their hard work all year. And then we've got some incredible Masters athletes as well. Like, when you actually see how many people that we get to qualify through to the next stages, it's really impressive. So I would say my favorite thing about the Open is everything other than the workouts.
Yeah.
Everything that goes around the
Very good point.
workouts. Yeah, that's the best part.
So it is possible to enjoy the Open without enjoying the workouts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I get butterflies. You get nervous. I think that's why people choose not to do it, because they're like, oh, I don't want that pressure. But I think it's really healthy to have that, you know, to be nervous, to be a little bit scared, you know, step out of your comfort zone. I think that's really healthy for you, which I think that's why they avoid it. That's the whole reason you should do it, you know?
And I think as well, when you have done it, especially if you've been a little bit nervous and you're like, oh God, I'm not sure how this is going to go. When you do finish it, you're just like, I'm so glad I did that. Like, that was awesome. It's you definitely get that sense of accomplishment afterwards.
Brad, what's your experience with completing the Open?
So, well, I think the
Is it a
best
tricky
part.
question?
Well, no, but the reason I went a little bit on completely, because I remember I looked back at I tried to find my scores from last time I did it, which I think was 2019. I did 3 of the workouts, and I think I missed the last 2.
That was a 5 week.
Yeah, that was a
5
5 workout one. So I think it was 2018, but then I was looking, I couldn't find any of my results or anything for 2018. I could find 2019, but that's where I didn't complete the whole thing. So that's when he said, on completing the Open. I was like, oh, wait, I didn't complete it last.
That's okay.
It went a little bit weird. No, but honestly, my favorite part about it, when you guys are talking about it, and similar to you, Sean, how you like all the parts around the workouts, I love giving the support. I love judging when you can be standing and say, you've got one more, one more. Like, where you can really rip into that. You know, in America, how they like make supporting a sport. Like, you watch the golf and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's a really good. You're very good at that too.
I like it.
Yeah, you get real caught up in it, you know.
I remember one workout at the other look at Taronga place with Daniel Watkins.
Yeah.
When we had the clean, and we gave him half a
beer.
he had half a beer mid workout,
and then he failed.
He still failed
because he failed it, and then took a swing. He's like, right, now I've got the gummy berry juice.
That just would have been all time if you'd have got it.
So good.
Turns out,
So
not
good.
great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new people at the gym, so I mean we're about 15 minutes into the podcast. Sean, maybe we should do a quick summary, and not necessarily quick, but do a summary of what is the Open.
So it's the biggest. I suppose it's. I don't like to say competition. It's more of like a participation thing for us. That's how we run it. It's not
Community event?
Yeah, community event that happens every year. Now, every CrossFit gym in the world does this. Used to be 5 weeks, what we were talking about before. Now, which is significantly better, it just goes for 3 weeks. Much better. We don't have any control of the workout. So CrossFit HQ release a workout worldwide every Friday. This year it's 7 a.m. on a
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yep.
Are you sure?
Done some research.
Oh,
7 a.m. Friday
Pacific Day
morning.
is fantastic.
Pacific time?
AEDT.
AEDT.
AEDT 7 a.m. March 4th, first workout. Oh, did I get that date
Definitely
right?
not March
No,
4th.
this Friday. What's
It's
this
next
Friday?
week.
That's the last one.
Yeah, Friday.
20
This
Friday, yeah.
something, 27th
Yeah.
of Feb or something.
It's 7 a.m. Friday.
Wow.
I did my research. So 7 a.m. Friday, they'll do an
Fact check that
announcement and they'll release a workout. Now, they release a whole bunch of different workouts. They release what you'd see in here, what we call like RX, which is the big competition workout that will include heavier weights and higher skill gymnastics. There's a scaled version, so there's not the gymnastics element or necessarily as heavy weight, so the movements get a little bit easier. And then there's a foundations as well, which is one step below scaled again. And every week you don't get pigeonholed into one or the other. So 1 week, if you read the workout, you might be able to do it RX'd. And then the next workout, say for example, it's got bar muscle ups and you've only got pull ups, you can do the next week scaled. And you have from Friday 7 a.m. to Monday midday to complete the workout. And you have to be judged as well. So you can't just do it by yourself and have no judge, which one of them does.
I filmed myself.
We
You can film yourself.
Oh, you can film yourself. True, you didn't do that.
I did do that. I just did the workout wrong. That's another story.
In here, we run it on a Friday night. So we call it Friday Night Lights. Once the workout's released, we'll post like heat schedules in our community page, and you just pick what time you want to go. We'll have anywhere between 10 and 20 people doing it at once with judges, and then we do it for the next 3 Friday nights. So this Friday is the first night, and then after the 3 weeks, we're done. We have a big awards night and celebrate it. Now, if you can't make Friday night, you can do it whenever you like between Friday 7 a.m. and Monday midday. So if you're away for a Friday, Saturday or something, you can come in a Monday morning. Like, we'll always work around it, but we highly recommend if you can make it on a Friday night, that atmosphere is well worth coming in for. So it's definitely, that's how you want to complete the Open, is the 3 Friday nights. That's the best fun.
Ideal case scenario.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Ideal. Yeah. How's that for a summary?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good. What did I miss?
Could you summarize what happened? Not that I'm going to be in this boat at all.
Yep.
But just out of interest, what happens to the guys, say your Xenix and the guys who will likely look at next stage Busters and them?
Yep.
What do the next stages look like until the games? Because this has become really disjointed.
different.
Yeah, it's a bit different. So it's really similar to last year. So what happens is from the CrossFit Open, everyone does it, and then they take the top 10% of the worldwide. So in individuals, so that would be everyone, they take the top 10% and they do another online qualifier in a couple of weeks' time after the Open, and it goes for 4 days. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and they release a bunch of workouts. From there, you qualify to a semi-final, compete at semi-final, which for us is Torian, which is up in Queensland. And then from Torian, you can qualify to the games. That's for individuals. Masters is all online until the games.
Is that different to, because that sounds quite similar to like 5 years ago when they did regionals and then you went through.
Yeah,
but then was there a period where they did, wasn't it called sanctionals or something? And if you won that, you went through, but then you could, if you didn't make it through that, you could fly to Rio de Janeiro and try and qualify there or something?
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Right.
So that is, I'm definitely not going to go into that because that was probably 2 of the most confusing years ever for the CrossFit.
It was only 2 years.
It was 2 years they ran it like that, and it was an absolute debacle. It ended up being the 300 people made the CrossFit Games, and they cut half of them on the first event.
First event, yeah.
First
that's
event.
It.
Yeah,
That
it was a
I actually thought
run.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just did, but
Yeah. So they had like regional champions and country champions, and like they just invited everyone to the
awful.
games pretty much, and then just cut everyone. So that was a couple years ago now. It is significantly better now. It's way more streamlined now. Still a little bit confusing unless you go through the whole season. You know, like last year, if you did the Open, you sort of understood, I finished in the 13th percentile. So I was only 3% out of making it to top 10. And so, yeah, it's a little bit confusing for the next stage.
Is this when Noble took over and did they sort it out?
Nah.
Oh, it
I
wasn't
don't
linked
think
to that.
with it really.
No, it was all Glassman. It was once Glassman was sort of on his way out, and then Rosa came in and changed it all last year.
So for the majority of us, it is kind of irrelevant. The majority of the participants, I'd say that the Open is probably the world's biggest fitness community event.
100%.
First stage is just online, and it's the stepping stone for those who want to go to the CrossFit Games to qualify.
Yep.
Right, but it's also super fun just to participate in that first little bracket, which is the Open.
Yeah.
And I think at the most there were 250,000 people registered at the height of.
I saw 300,000 for this one. Yeah.
For this one.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
that's right. Yeah.
We did have a bit of a question back and forth. What people thought, is this going to be the biggest one ever, or is it going to go back again from last year? What do you guys think?
I'm gonna say it's gonna go. I reckon it's gonna be the biggest ever, purely because everything's starting to open up again, and all gyms are open.
Yeah.
And so last year, everyone had to do it in their living room at home. Like when I say everyone, worldwide, you know, and a lot of people are still in lockdown. Whereas I think the world's a lot more open now, so I think the participation is going to be a lot higher.
Yeah. And
that would be my
said
guess
as well, like the membership here is up in a lot of new members as well.
Yep.
So I mean, if this gym is anything to go by with other CrossFit gyms, if they've all got increased members, I guess you're going to have more people doing it probably.
Yeah,
Be
that's
awesome if it's the biggest year ever.
It would be
That'd be cool.
Really cool.
Fantastic.
I think like in here, we've got so many new members that don't necessarily. It always takes a year to see the Open,
Yeah.
and then typically people enter the second year,
Yeah.
and then they go, "I
Yeah.
should have done it the first year," but they never
Yeah.
do. You know, it's always like, "Oh, you're gonna do the Open?" They're like, "Oh, I don't even know what it is. I'll just come in and watch it. I'll do it next year," and then they watch it and they go, "Ah, I should have done it." You know,
everyone,
it's
if they
hard
don't know
to-
what it is, the first thing, are you going to do the Open? They're like, nobody's like, yeah, it sounds fantastic. No, everyone's like, oh, God.
apart from Brett.
Yeah, I know, but he's not doing it. So
Oh
his
no!
shoulder. Yeah,
Oh
What?
no!
Why isn't Brett doing it?
I heard his shoulder.
Oh no.
When's the last time you spoke to him?
This week he trained.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I saw him training.
Foundation?
Yeah, that you took the class.
The last time you saw him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
the Open.
No, he
Oh.
said he wasn't.
Brett,
he
clarify
might.
in the comment section.
Brett, just do it. Don't worry about your shoulder. You'll be fine. That's CrossFit. That's it. That's the other part of CrossFit.
You can sign up for the
Injuries, it's good.
foundations.
Don't worry about it.
Do the foundations in Midland.
I guess this is a good time to start going into the questions, and maybe the first one. I'm not even sure if that's on the list here, but let's address the very first one. Who do we recommend signing up for the Open, and why?
I'm gonna say everyone. There's no one in here. I'll take the answer here first, boys.
Sure. As the owner of the gym,
Go.
everyone signed up.
Everyone but Brett.
anyone that's not injured, I think.
Yeah, like I don't think we're gonna have the biggest participation. Last year we had a lot of people do it. I don't think this year we're gonna quite get to that number, but I would love to.
How
But-
many did we have last year?
I think we had 80 something last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and then this year so far today, everyone only enters in the last couple of days anyway. But I think there's only about 30 or 40 people entered so far. So I wouldn't say we would have the biggest, but I highly recommend everyone does it, and especially if you've just joined the gym. It is the best way to become a closer part of the community and meet everyone. And it's that common theme that you can talk to new people about throughout the week, where it's not as awkward because you both experienced it Friday night. So I would say everyone.
Excellent.
I definitely agree with that.
So all three of you signing up?
Yep.
Have you signed up?
No.
Have you signed up?
Signed up.
This morning.
No.
When?
Like a week ago, I'm sure.
I'm sure
Well, it
that's...
can't have been a week ago because it was
No.
only Saturday that we were talking about it. And you're like, yeah, I guess.
Maybe it was we spoke
Sunday,
about it,
so
and then I
Sunday,
said, okay,
yeah.
Sunday. Must have been Sunday.
All right.
I've signed
And
up.
are we having a little internal battle here between the three of you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless, again, I represent the bottom end of the bell curve.
Well, I've formally challenged Chris,
look.
which he hasn't accepted yet. But in saying that, I genuinely don't know if I'm going to be able to do all three workouts RX. I went and saw Kano on Friday.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
Injured?
But you didn't do that last year either. Well, you did.
Yeah,
but
I
you
did.
got a
I
score.
did.
But
I only
you,
got
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
you didn't
Well,
really do
look,
much
put it
of
like
a
this.
war.
When I participate in any of the open workouts, if we're both doing the same event, I am 100% competing against you.
Yes.
But I may have to scale one or two
That's fine.
depending on the workout.
Why? What's your...
I got
Problem.
torn fascia in my hamstring. Yeah, super random. My hamstring's fine, so I can run and jump and stuff like that. And I've got like a nick in my fascia that covers, so I can't straighten my leg.
What?
Super random. I know. Found out on Friday.
You gotta hope there's deadlifts in it.
Well, that's about the only thing I can't do. A deadlift. If there's a deadlift event, but like, can you
there's
deadlift? It
always deadlifts, right?
wasn't last year.
No, we
Wasn't
haven't
it?
had many deadlifts
Yeah,
actually.
they stopped doing it because everyone kept hurting themselves.
Yeah.
So
funny.
I just want to put it out there. If we're doing the same event, I'm
Oh, that's fine.
100% want
That's
to beat
fine.
you.
So
Yes.
if you have to scale one,
He has to.
he has to.
Oh,
as
is that
well.
what we're going to do? All right.
Yeah.
If you have to scale,
We both do foundations.
Well, you have to do the same division, yeah.
I will just redline it doing foundation.
Air squats.
Everyone says that until they do it.
Oh, mate, I'm redline doing everything.
Okay, so yes,
Alright.
there's a competition.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Head-to-head.
and then the most important.
I was not keen till everyone was like, "Oh, I heard you and Sean. Yeah, that sounds great." I'm like, oh, "Yes, I guess so."
Well, the most important question then is, what happens to the loser?
Well,
it's not
I've never lost a head-to-head in the open.
really.
Never once. I haven't won them all, but I've never lost them.
Are you competing in the under 60 division?
No, last year against Jesse,
Is that the
I
only
beat
one?
Jesse last
Who
year.
else have you gone against?
Sort of beat Jesse.
What about when you were a vegan?
I think it was a draw.
I beat that. Wasn't a draw. Wasn't a draw. So last year I went head-to-head with Jesse. There was 4 events. I couldn't do the first one, so let's not count that. And then I won the last two. So essentially, the ones that Jesse and I did, I beat him 2 out of 3. So I won that one. And we won't talk about the years prior, but I've never lost. But I was thinking maybe losers have to shave their head.
Not a chance. It's not
I
worth
know
it.
how much you love your hair.
I won't do the
I
open.
know.
But it'll grow out better.
No way.
Come on,
Not a
please.
chance.
All right, a buzz cut, like a 2 or a 3.
No.
I knew
think-
you would hate
First
that.
of all,
I knew you'd hate that.
No.
I think you should do a tattoo.
I would also like to say that it's like I'm going in a heavy underdog to this as well.
Oh, not a
Heavy
chance.
underdog.
I haven't done a workout in 3 weeks. Unless there's like agility running,
I had to
I'm in
ask him
trouble.
to slow down on the run 3 times yesterday.
He's going to win the Open.
3 times. Slow down, partner workout, mate. You got to slow down again.
So there it is. Agreed. Shaved
Right.
head to the loser.
I did not agree
Well-
to that. We'll think of something.
What if you
though.
dye the grey out?
Oh, yeah, you got to go all
Ooh, that's
brown.
good.
Yeah.
You got to dye your hair one color.
Well, loser has to dye the hair black.
I don't want to commit
Oh.
to anything right here.
No, you have
but
to.
I'll
That's
think
the
about it.
idea.
I know that's the idea,
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
the
not going to
idea.
commit to anything right here.
Okay,
Maybe.
feel free to suggest stuff
Think
in the
about-
comment
yes,
section, people.
Okay, yes. Put some comments in there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Great. Fuck.
Okay, we've
You're
gone.
going to need an independent judge, by the way. The way that he scored himself against Jesse, you're going to need to make sure you've got an independent advisor.
Is that you, Brad?
Sure. I love judging.
I love judging. I love supporting.
Judging is good, though. I do enjoy judging.
Oh, it's funny.
All right, let's go to the questions here. Excuse me. Well, we've gone through this one, but I think we probably should highlight it again. When do they release the workouts to Australian time?
So for anyone that this
And what's
is
the penalty for saying the wrong thing here?
well, there's no penalty.
Yeah, shave your head.
So every year it's different with daylight savings in the States and here as well. It doesn't always line up. But this Friday at 7 a.m., I am 80% confident.
80%.
This is your first time listening to an announcement. You'll notice, you know what I mean by this. But last year we messed it up every week. 3 weeks in a row, we got the
So
wrong time. We're
confusing.
just staring at the TV for hours.
Yeah.
So what time is 7 a.m. in LA? Is that where they are? Where's the...
Well, this is why it's changed
Well, so
now.
that'd be early afternoon for LA.
Okay.
5 p.m., yeah?
No, well, it used to be 5 p.m.,
Yeah.
I think. So that would have been like 11, 12 for us. So I
Yeah.
assume now if it's 7, it's earlier in the day for
Might
them.
be midday for them,
Right.
7 for us.
Just giving
something
people
like
more
that.
time over there as well.
Yeah.
In that first day
Yeah.
to get it done.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably makes sense.
Or
makes-
it just depends how they're going to do the events. They might do the events a little bit differently. Maybe not at a gym where they're
Well, it
working.
made no sense for them on a Friday or a Thursday at 5 p.m. if they wanted to do it that night.
'Cause then you don't get
you
the
can't
Friday
get
night lights for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Could be.
7 a.m. this
Anyway.
Friday.
And,
maybe.
That's crazy.
If you don't trust us, which you definitely shouldn't, I would suggest just following CrossFit on social
Yeah.
or even
Yeah.
the YouTube channel. It'll come up a live video of the announcement. That's usually how I do it.
CrossFit ANZ is a good one to follow. The Australian New Zealand side. That's the specific to us then.
Excellent. Okay. We've
we
gone
cleared
through
that
this.
one up. Great.
Yeah.
We've
Clear-
gone through
clear
this.
as mud.
We've gone through this. Might not need to do it again. There's 3 divisions: RX, Scale, Foundations.
Yep. Anyone can do it.
Cool.
Anyone can do that.
We've also gone through this one. Is it true that Sean's going head to head against Chris Midlam? That's
Loser
now
shaves
official.
their head.
Yep.
Loser shaves their head, then dyes it.
Going head.
That's a question again about the time announcement.
Good. Is there another one?
zeroing
Is there
into
another one about us going head to head?
Yeah.
Pretty
right.
sure last year we got every time wrong.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wait, can I throw one in? What Foundations?
Yep.
I haven't heard of that one. So I know there was CrossFit and RX and then Scaled.
Yep.
What's Foundations?
So last year, to give you an example, RX would have been thruster at 40 kilos. Scaled would have been thruster empty barbell. Foundations would have been air squats.
I think there's no barbell in
Yeah.
foundation. Is
Yeah,
that?
no barbell. They do.
Okay.
They had dumbbells. So they had dumbbells. They had box step ups. They had burpees. They had what are some of that? Didn't have kettlebell swing. Air squats was one of them instead of the thrusters.
Burpees,
Yeah. So
skipping.
it's virtually no equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are the announcement even worth watching now that Castro isn't doing them anymore?
I think that definitely. Who knows what it's going to be? This
gonna
is
be-
exciting.
Could be terrible, which
Could
would
be
be awesome.
Who
That
is
were-
doing the announcement?
I hope,
Yes.
I hope it's not Justin Burr. That's the guy
Same.
that took over. He's hopeless. Oh,
I've
shit.
seen.
idea.
I've
No,
seen.
he's not. I love CrossFit.
Did you guys find Castro annoying?
Yeah, but it was
That was so
entertaining.
funny though.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
like,
it's cringeworthy.
yeah,
that's
but
the best part.
but cringeworthy is better than boring.
And then
Yeah,
you write
yeah.
on the board, you'd be like,
What?
Is this a 3-year-old writing this?
I agree.
Remember, he would go 2 reps, 9 reps, 4 reps, and you're like, I have no idea what
I
the rep
remember
range
seeing
is.
once one of the behind the scenes, and he's like fully practicing it too. I'm like, oh. He's like, I get so
You
nervous. I'm like,
rehearse this?
what? Definitely just gave that like, I'm just winging this vibe.
Oh, God.
Well, they
Castro,
have
rest in
announced
peace.
some of the athletes doing them. So I think they're going to do 2 males and 2 females for every announcement. And then
Yeah.
I guess the males will go against each other and the females will go against each other.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
It's,
That sounds
do-
well planned out.
I
No,
do
yeah.
like that. Like, there's nothing better than watching the first 2 pro athletes do it for the first time, because you watch going, well, this looks easy again.
They're just throwing up that bar.
2 seconds into it, you're like,
Yeah.
It's
It's so true. You're like, I reckon I'll get about 8 rounds
Yeah.
after watching them.
Yeah, if they
And you
got
do-
10,
yeah,
I'm probably just
yeah.
like 8.5.
Yeah, I
9.
train 3 times a week, most weeks. You know,
they're just stringing together.
I'll go unbroken the 2 first rounds. That's my plan.
Yeah, 155 snatch.
That's interesting hearing people's plans. You never
Oh,
like
that's-
for the open. That's a topic of conversation around the floor
Yeah.
before it. What's your plan? What do you think?
That is very
How are
true.
you going to break it up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I was
fun.
thinking maybe this. How you?
That's
And then
fun.
it's like, the
Well, then
plan's
3,
gone.
2, 1. Just don't ever drop anything.
Everything goes out the window.
The amount of times I'm like, okay, 2 reps, put it down. Take a breather. 2 reps, put it down. I'm just like, go until I red line. I'm
10,
like,
20.
why did I do that again?
You look up at the clock. You got 12 minutes left. You're like, no. Oh God.
Challenging question, like serious question, and a pretty big question, I would say. Nutrition before an open workout. What would you recommend?
Throw to you on this one.
Well, typically what everyone does here is they go and change everything they've done
Yes.
all year round. You know, so like this year will be the first time people take creatine and pre-workouts. It'll be the first time the whole year. Like, it's not going to help. You know. The best thing you can do with your nutrition for the next 3 weeks before the workout is don't introduce anything new. If you usually eat your last meal at midday and train at 5 p.m. and you've done that for the last 12 months, don't go change it this time round. Like, we're not trying to qualify through. Keep everything the same.
Yeah.
No new equipment, no new ropes, no new shoes, no new grips, you know, just keep it the same. It's hilarious to watch.
Brad, do you have any advice?
No, I'm 100% in that corner. I'm a creature of routine, and so if you've got to keep everything the same and try and it's just another day at the gym.
Yep.
And why would you, if you would have had good workouts in the past, bad workouts, like unrelated to your nutrition? It's not like, you know, the previous Thursday before that, you had porridge instead of Weet-Bix, and it's like, oh, I had an awesome workout. I'll link it to that. So you
Yeah.
can have porridge before this one, you know? You just-
However,
just
though,
do the same.
the question is,
However.
though, you're going to get a lot of people, and this is, I think, a fair way to look at it. A lot of people train in the mornings,
Yeah.
and their normal day is built around them training in the morning, and then they're going to go to this afternoon workout, and all of a sudden they're going to think, well, hang on, do I need to not eat? Maybe timing is a good thing to talk about. Maybe don't change anything in your diet, but I think timing is probably something that maybe people will be interested to ask. Like, if you're doing the workout at 6, when do you want to eat before?
Yeah.
then?
Let's get Brad's answer first there. So, Brad, your heat on Friday is at 5 p.m. Well, when's your last meal, and before that, and what are you eating?
Yeah, that's actually a really good one. I don't know.
Actually, yeah. that's
Because I
my advice is, well, I don't usually eat before the morning class. I just want to eat all
I wanna
day.
eat all day. Yeah.
Just comes in, just gaunt.
My-
You have to cut weight for this too, yeah.
I beg your pardon. No, it's that is going to be a weird one, but I don't think there's any way around it. If you train at 5:30, I'll just have a shot of coffee before I come in of a morning.
Yep.
So you can't replicate that. It's just it's going to be the nature of the beast. Like you have to expect to come and it's like, well, I don't normally train at this time, so things are going to feel weird
Yeah.
compared to what I normally do.
Well,
It just is what it is.
What do you think you would eat, though, and when?
I mean, I wouldn't. I think I would keep it very normal. I'd have my normal lunch at 12 or 1. I
And-
don't think there's anything I would put in there. I wouldn't make sure I had 2 hours before the workout. I'll make sure I have more carbs than I normally
Yeah.
do or anything
Yeah.
like that.
What do you
I
eat
think
for
what you
lunch,
said,
though?
there's-
I mean,
What's your lunch?
Schnitzel roll.
be-
That's my guess.
No, tuna, can of tuna, nuts, egg sometimes in it as well. sweet potato.
I w-
That's a pretty typical lunch.
I would say for the morning guys, if they do train on an empty stomach, don't eat sort of 2 or 3 hours
Yeah.
prior to your workout.
No.
You know, like if you're always training on an empty stomach, I'd say 2 to 3 hours before, don't be eating.
As someone that's trained mornings and then gone to do the open, I've made that mistake multiple times. Just being like, yeah, okay, gotta eat, and eating too early, too close to the workout.
Yeah.
And you're just not great. Like
Yeah.
easily, even 4 or 5 hours for me. Like having not lunch at normal time, then just doing the workout as normal. It's definitely
Fine.
the best.
You know what I
option.
think is one thing people don't think about when doing the open? It's not, when you come to do the event, it's not a class. So I think what people always forget is that nobody's guiding you through your warm-up.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
are very good at spending 15 minutes of mobilizing and warming up and da-da-da.
Yep.
But when you come to the open, you're competing. Tash is competing.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
there's so much going on around it. So many times people are like, "Oh, how's it going? What's your plan? All right, you're on." Yeah. You know, so
And also people get scared to warm up too much. They think they're going to fatigue.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
they're like, oh, I'll just go an empty barbell, you know,
Yeah.
whereas usually we hit a conditioning piece after like some heavy strength work or something like that as well. So people don't warm up anywhere near enough because they're scared of fatiguing. You know, it's a good
Or you do
point.
what I do. I get there a good hour beforehand,
Yeah,
and then I will talk to people for 45 to 50 minutes.
perfect.
And then about 10 minutes before the workout, I'll freak out.
Wait, what time
Quickly
is
put
it?
my shoes on, be like, get a sweat on, and then do it. And then
And also those 45, 50 minutes, you talk with different people about different strategies
Yeah.
on how to do the workout.
Yeah.
and I'll
So you're
do
even
my
more
head in
confused.
whilst I'm doing that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, way more confused.
Maybe I should do that.
yeah.
right. Maybe I
3, 2. Oh no! Wait. I don't know what my plan is.
Yeah.
is that your bubble?
And
That's my bubble.
Sean loves the old, you've got 5 minutes, and 2 minutes later he's like, okay, let's go. You're like,
10 seconds.
Wow, so I think our answer is be organized
Yeah, that.
with your nutrition, with your prep.
Don't change anything
Yeah.
unless you train in the morning. Then it's nice. Then
Change a couple
yeah,
of things.
Everything.
change everything.
Okay, there's a question here. Are you guys going to be running some specialized classes, i.e. gymnastics, lifting workshops prior, like we did last year?
No, we're actually going to do it all afterwards. It's funny when we do the open, everyone realizes, oh, my gymnastics wasn't as good as the vast majority of people, or my Olympic lifting really struggled. So we're actually going to do all of that after the open. We're not doing anything prior.
Very good. This is always a fun one. Workout predictions. So what do you think is going to pop up for the open?
Well, I'll start. There is an equipment list.
yeah.
So
No rowing.
there's no rowing, no wall balls, no rings. So you got barbell, box, stuff like that, dumbbell, rig, wall space.
And they did say there's a new movement. That's
Oh, did they?
I think so, yeah. Maybe
Whoa,
I could
well,
have
I
made
think
that up.
so.
Fact
Yeah,
check
what do
that
you
one.
mean? Fact.
Well, like wall walks last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a new
I'm
movement
pretty-
this year,
What could there be that's new?
Maybe
like
Kimbo,
devil's press,
Did you hear
devil's press,
there's a new
overhead
movement?
dumbbell, overhead squat.
Oh, okay.
Can't hear me.
You can't hear. We got the masters going on inside.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you heard there's a new movement this year?
No.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
I
made that up. You made that up.
Maybe I
Yeah,
dreamt it.
But I mean, I don't follow it. I have no idea.
I follow it. I've never heard that.
I'm really disappointed there's no rower or wall balls. They're
So
literally
good.
the only two that I...
So good.
So
Feel like
keep
I
going
can-
in to the open with that mindset.
Real negative mindset. I think I'm actually going to cancel the open.
That's right.
There's been a few like
Sign up,
where's
sign
the-
up to a bike race.
No rowing, no wobbles. I'm not doing it.
It's so hard to predict a
Yeah.
workout.
No, my only
It's-
prediction is we're definitely getting wall walks back.
Oh, really?
You said
Wow.
they're definitely not.
I said definitely
yeah,
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
said
reckon we
definitely
definitely-
not.
Perfect.
I reckon
Yeah.
we definitely are too.
You definitely are?
And I really hope we're not.
Brad?
because I'm so
Brad doesn't
bad.
know what a wall walk is.
Ah, you didn't do it last year.
I know what a wall walk is.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so
Oh, I
reason
wouldn't mind
reason
wall
why do you
walks.
think we're not getting it?
I just think the shock factor was so big last year that it would just be a real. It would just
Classic
be like
Castro.
yeah, you know. Of course they did it again. It just wouldn't
What-
be enough of a shock factor.
Why do you think we're getting it?
I think it's a movement, not that I fall into this category, that a lot of people struggled with last year because it was like we haven't done any of these in such a long time. Maybe you do them once or twice a year. And I think there's a real opportunity for people, if they got programmed, to actually you can get better at them quite quickly, right? So I think there's that, you can compare one year to the other year, and I know CrossFit love to do that, right? They love to do the comparisons, and you're
Well,
going
so
to
you
get
reckon we'll get the same workout?
no, not
Oh.
the same workout, but I think there'll be wall walks. People will be like, oh, I struggled with this so much last year, and
But I
this year
do.
I got it. But
That's a good point.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I still hope they're not there because I did them in the workout earlier this week, and it was not pretty.
What are the it's so hard to predict the actual workout, but movements is a little bit easier to predict. What do we reckon will definitely be in there? Besides thrusters, yep.
Well, there's there's skipping rope in the equipment list. So there's double unders and thrusters, I would say, would be the two that are definitively in there.
Chest to bar,
Oh, yeah,
or
chest to bar.
pull-ups, pull-ups, depending on.
They've
Nah,
never
that's
programmed
Always
pull-ups.
pull-ups, right?
They've never programmed
Always
pull-ups.
chest to
Only
bar.
chest to bar.
Even in scaled.
Scaled would do
That's why I said pull-ups.
jumping pull-ups,
I just said
think.
pull-ups just
Yeah.
to cover the
Yeah.
the spectrum of.
Actually, good point. So we talked about this previously in the week. What's the most common movement we've seen every year in the Open? And I said double unders because I think we've had that every year. But we might have had chest to bars every year too.
No, I think the only two movements we've had every year, thrusters and double unders. They've been in every single
Really?
Open.
Every single
Yeah,
Open?
I saw someone post it.
Okay.
Yeah. Those two
So we've
movements
had
been
a
in
year
every single
without
Open.
chest to bars.
What about burpees?
Yeah, that was the
always
first thing I said,
yeah.
but I think we've had so last year we
Oh, I
had
mean, a
burpee box
variation.
jumps.
Yeah, there's always a burpee
And
variation.
I think with thrusters as well, there's been variations because last year we had no wait.
No,
It was
last year
barbell
was
last year.
thrusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Yeah.
was there an Open where it was only dumbbells?
That was the regionals.
Regionals.
Yeah.
That was
that's right,
regionals,
that's
only dumbbells.
Terrible regionals.
That was the worst regionals.
So bad. Really need barbells to
So
make
just-
it interesting, don't you?
Just cut their shipping costs down of equipment worldwide.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was when they were like,
Barbells,
actually, we're
6
not
foot,
going to spend like $500,000 on every single event.
Okay, next question. Can't make it Friday night light session.
We'll
options?
always make sure you can do it. We'll find a time and a judge. If you can't do the Friday nights, it's totally fine. We'll find you a spot to do them.
So it is actually a bit difficult then, because did you say the submission is Monday morning now?
I think it's Monday midday.
So you still have to do it on Monday morning if you can't do a weekend.
Correct.
That's pretty
But
tough actually.
yeah, I think because they give you the Friday, the full day Friday,
Mm.
because it's 7 a.m. now. But we'll find a spot for you.
There's
You'll be
always
able to
someone
do it.
that'll judge you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get it in.
Hey, oh no, that is a question. Okay, yep, excellent. And I would say as well, if worst case scenario, unless it's like a really difficult first movement, I would post a score of 1. So just put in, like if you can't make it, at least put a score in.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're on the board. Every year there's always a little cool pairs comp.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
like all the head-to-head people.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember in that.
Try and to outdo each other wrapped in a humor and a lot of fun. Who's competing against who this year?
Well, Sean versus Chris is one.
versus Chris, yes.
I'm going to make
That's the
these
first
up. It's
one.
always Zen versus Larry. That's
Yes.
always just there.
Zen versus
You know,
Larry.
it's never spoken about, but it's there every year.
That's right.
They're like frenemies, you know. They're like, good luck.
Who did best last year out of those two?
I don't know. Oh, Zen, I think.
Zen.
I think Zen got in, but yeah, that's always one. I think Matty Cav, Kimbo. That's definitely one that I can think of.
Matty, Cav, Kimbo, and Darius.
Oh, that's a
trio.
good one. That
little
trio. They're going
I
for
think-
the
By the way,
podium. They're going for the top.
Ever since I called out Larry and said he was the fittest, Kimbo's been like, nah, mate. Look at this, pal.
Watch
Look
this.
at this.
Who's got the best track record out of the three of us? It must be Matty, yeah?
Matty's always pretty high. He's very hard to beat in the Open.
Yeah.
It was
Matty's-
always better with
it was
Matty
always-
against Matty.
It was always
he's
Matty
really
forward.
good at
Yeah.
timing his like he gets it. He picks right the time of the Open. It's always like
Yeah.
he's right there.
Matty
fine.
Ford has won it the last
Yeah.
5 years, so he's gone. So we've all just moved up a spot, which is great.
Is the rumor true that Matty Ford's coming back here to do the Open?
He's not doing the Open. He's
Shocking.
not doing it at all.
I saw him and I was asked, I
Yeah.
said, come back. They were like, nah.
Yeah, he's not doing it at all,
And I
which
was
is a real
like,
shame.
so that's a shame.
So inclusive.
And then some other ones that I can think of. Like, I've just made all of those up, obviously, off the top of my head. Brad, are you going?
You know, one
about
year,
the
Dan
females?
Lakayev, you told me we were competing against each other, but I didn't know about it. You said, did you know that he's competing against you? But he hasn't told you he is.
Doesn't sound like something I'd say.
Oh, that's good.
Some of the girls' competitions, girls are a lot friendlier than the guys,
friendly,
typically.
yeah.
Like, they genuinely want each other to do well. Whereas I don't
Yes,
think...
they don't want each other.
I don't
to
think we share that
ping
sentiment,
a
you know?
hammy. Go. Oh, you hurt yourself.
oh,
That's a
no.
shame.
No rep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harder with the girls. They're too friendly. It's hard to see.
Yeah, well, nice.
Yeah, we'll stick with those. They're your head-to-head Ninas.
Can we talk about the no repping in
We don't
the
really
Open?
know. Yeah, we don't really do it here.
We did. Because that used to
It
be
has to
like
be a real no rep.
That's well, it's a question coming up.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
address it
I'll
there.
pause for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Nina and Tash, they got a little head-to-head going.
Well, sister
Not so
sister
much this year,
rivalry.
maybe,
Yeah, yeah.
It's always good.
Uh,
Anyway, that's a rivalry now. So
Okay, yeah. They hate each other.
yeah.
what's the theme for the last workout?
So I put it out there. It's so hard to top. I think the best theme, and by that we mean dress up theme for the last workout. We always do a dress up on the last Friday night. The two best so far has been Mardi Gras and Burning Man. They've been like stick outs. But I think with COVID and all the lockdowns and stuff, this year we're doing emergency services. So it's like doctors, nurses. You can go military, Navy, Army, anything like that. That's the dress. Firefighter.
That's good.
Yeah. So
Great.
in sort of a little sign of respect to everyone, all the frontline workers, we're going to dress up.
I like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
one.
there's going to be a whole bunch of sexy nurses, men. I guarantee there's more
there's
male
no guy
sexy
that has
nurse.
that's not the first thought. Yes, definitely going as a nurse.
Oh, that's Buster's first thought for sure.
Yeah.
Becoming as a nurse.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
God.
Oh,
And last Friday night's always, it's not a written rule. It's sort of an unspoken rule, but it's adults only on the last Friday night for the dress up
Yeah.
because things happen.
pretty R-rated.
some of the outfits, you don't want to bring your kid. First 2 weeks are very
Maybe not
kid-friendly.
even your dogs because they might get scared.
First 2 weeks, very kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Last Friday night, no, not so much.
so much. Okay, so now we get into this question, which is a pretty big one. Don't even know where to start, but how does this whole judging thing work?
Okay, so there's two parts to this. There's judging for the people that genuinely are looking to qualify to the next stage, which means they need to be judged by someone that's completed the judge's course. Now, if you are thinking you are going to qualify to the next stage, you would already be aware of this. You need to do the judge's course so you can judge someone and they can judge you, and it's a legitimate score. Now, for everyone else that doesn't think they're going to qualify to the next stage or have no interest, we all just judge each other. And there's some standards that they put out in a video, like squatting below parallel. I know there's no wall balls, but a really easy example, hitting the white line when you do a wall ball, stuff like that. And it's your job there just to hold the person that you're judging accountable. Now, do it like little things like elevating your heels, and like you know how we use plates to help people elevate the heels. That's stuff you can't do in the open. That's all the stuff that we're aware of that you're not allowed to do. But as for like the really harsh judging, you're not going to get someone there that's just like no rep, that, you know, but you'd need to hold a certain standard, count the reps. If you're looking to qualify to the next level, you will be judged by someone that's completed the judge's course, and you'll be held to like the highest accountability, because it's only fair because you're competing for a spot in the next stage.
Yeah.
So always get a friendly judge.
Watch the announcement, so at least you have a rough idea what the workout and the movement standards are.
Yep.
That's probably a good place to start. And then, yeah, you need a judge when you do the workout, and they'll basically count your reps, hold you accountable to the movement.
Yeah.
See, but I think one of the big things about the Open, like we're talking quite a bit about competing within the gym, but there is the worldwide leaderboard that you can see where you rank in the world. You know,
Yeah.
And the Australian leaderboard.
Yeah, you go New
Yeah.
South Wales, Australia,
And so I
worldwide.
think one of the things that's really cool about it is you legitimately can compete against yourself. As in, I finished 20,000th last year.
Yep.
Oh, this year I'm 15,000th.
Yep.
So I've moved up a bunch of places. So
Yep.
you can go into it without thinking. If you can be strong enough to kind of really tune out the noise around you, like if you're really like, you know, if you're coming into it like concerned that you can't do this as good as that person, and they're way better than me at handstands, and they're way better than me at doing front squats and everything. It doesn't matter. Like you literally can just tune it out and just do it. And even if it's your first time doing it, you're setting your baseline.
Yep.
Because you do it this year, just see how you go. So if you use plates under your heels or something like that, if you are just doing it for yourself, do it and then be judged according to whatever standards kind of you're doing. And know the next year that if you did the squats and I don't have to have the plates under my heels this year because I've gotten better and I've gone, then you're only competing against yourself, and that's such an awesome thing about it.
Yeah, definitely. And especially when you do it year after year after year. Kimbo's got 12 consecutive years done every workout. So he's got some very good baselines there.
Have you done 12 years in a row?
Every single workout. And I've posted my score every single workout.
Ah, you would be what?
Oh,
8?
I'm one. You haven't.
I post every year. Have a look at my profile. I've done it 12 years as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
So can you see? I would try to go back and
Yeah,
see
you
my
can-
Very
scores.
hard.
It
Yeah.
is,
It's
right?
very
Gotta
hard.
go down
Some
a bit of a
years-
It's not
dark
user-friendly.
web
It's not-
wormhole.
yeah.
Some it
it's
used to be
not
really
easy.
You could see all of them on one.
Because they
one
transferred their
page.
website
Yeah.
across.
Yeah.
So I think if you go anything before like 2014, it's on the old website. It's
Yeah.
a nightmare. Anything after 2015, there's like years missing, and sometimes when you search your name, it doesn't come. It's a nightmare. It's not easy to look up all your scores.
Let's go back to this topic. Some advice for people that are judging. What's kind of good courtesy to, what's good standards for a judge?
The best thing you can do as a judge, the absolute best thing you can do as a judge, is understand the workout. If you just understand the flow of the workout and the rep range without having to look down at your piece of paper, you will have a significantly better time doing it. Just really understand what it means, the tie breaks, it's
Yeah.
not hard. You just got to read over it a couple times, maybe watch the first heat, watch how the workout flows and then go, okay, I get it. But if you go in there and you don't know the workout and you're looking down at the board then looking at the person you're judging, that causes stress for everyone.
Yeah, especially when there's tie breaks and sometimes you get a little bit caught up, maybe cheering the person on, and not maybe you're counting, but then there's a tie break. You're like, oh yeah, 1 or 2. But you're right. It's like knowing exactly what you need to do. That's it. And
That's
they're never difficult, but everyone can be a little bit different. That's the key.
Yeah.
There's a little bit to remember there, but they're not overly difficult. Yeah, it's just knowing. Look at that score sheet and go, okay, how am I going to score them here? Do I tally them? A lot of people do that, use a tally system.
That's
which
quite
is
fun
pretty good.
for when you're the athlete being judged that you don't have to count your reps.
Oh,
It's actually
the
a little
best.
luxury.
The
It's so good.
Yeah.
part.
And
Because I
they're like,
struggle with
5
counting
go,
so
3,
badly.
2,
Yeah.
1,
Well,
move on.
that's
You don't have
exactly
to think about
Yeah.
it.
It's the best if the judge is clear
Yeah.
with where you're at. Because if you like doing a set of thrusters and you're X amount of reps in and you're just confused to what number you're at and the judge is standing there looking at you without any signal, you're like, when am I done? That's so I think that is a good point, right? As a judge, just be pretty good at communicating with the athlete because most people go complete white lip in an open workout. They lose track of everything. And just be clear. Okay, you got 5 reps to go, 4 reps to go. That kind of thing. That's great. That is a good point. Okay. Anything else to add about judging?
It's really not that bad. It's very, very easy. Very easy.
Yeah. Don't be scared to put your hand up to
Yeah,
judge.
I
if
think
you know
that's
the
it.
workout.
That's it. Like everyone, just
sorry.
throw your hat in the ring to do judging because it's
fun.
how it goes. Yeah.
To the guys that do want to qualify to the next stage, if you think that you're going to be in the top 10% of any of your divisions, you have to do the judges course because you need someone to judge you that's done the judges course. So it's only right if you do the judges course yourself so you can sort of return that favor.
I think as well with judging and something to go back to the very first question around why you do the open, all that sort of thing. Judging is actually a really good, it's a really fun opportunity to actually judge someone that you have no idea who they are and you've met them for the first time. And I've done that a bunch of times in there. And it's like, you see that person coming in and you're like, oh yeah, how you going? It's a really good, it's a good bond with a person. Good to meet new people. So
If it goes well.
if it goes badly, it's like, okay.
Asshole, no repped me like 12 times.
Hey, that is actually...
Chris, ease up on Maxine. Far out.
I did judge Ed. That's how I met Ed for the first time. He did a great job.
That is actually a good point, though. Let's say you're judging someone. Oh, it could be either. I was going to say someone that tries to qualify to the next stage, but it could be anyone. What if you feel like you have to give them a no rep? Like if people are nervous about giving a no rep, what's an advice there?
I think you have to be, you give little nudges. You're a little bit low on that one.
Next
The ball,
one, a little bit lower.
Go and give it a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Get your squat
like
a little
that,
bit lower.
yeah.
A little bit lower. Yeah, awesome.
Make sure you squat
You just
full
gotta
like on the
nudge a
first
little
one.
bit.
Yeah.
Nudge a little bit.
If there's a situation where someone is wanting to qualify to the next level, they have to be no rep.
We're not
That's
talking
it.
about them.
But
They're held to
and
the highest
you
count.
shouldn't be nervous about that. That's how it goes. But yes, I get it. When you're judging someone and they're just having a bit of fun, I agree. It's like if there's one that's a little bit suspect, it's like just get a bit deeper next time. And then if they
Hope
keep doing
CrossFit
it, you're
HQ
like,
doesn't listen to this podcast.
I mean, but they're not
mean-
dumb either. Though. Imagine how many squats not below parallel has happening during the open.
Yeah.
All of them below parallel at the Mona Gym.
At the Mona Gym, all of them. Yeah,
All of them.
yeah.
All of
Everywhere
them.
else, there's millions.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
Highest accountability. Oh,
Okay.
God.
I'm worried that I cannot do the workout as prescribed with either weights too heavy or not that a particular progression in a gymnastic movement. What do I do?
Yeah, so that's where the three divisions come into. So, say for example, the first week, like I was saying before, you might be able to do the workout RX, but then the next week there might be something in there that you haven't got. You'll just do the scaled version. If you can't do that, which I would say 99% of people in our gym could complete the scaled version. And then there's always the foundations, which is 100% achievable for anyone to do. So there's always different workouts for you to be able to complete.
Correct.
So would you be able to then that would be hard to compare to the
No, so-
previous year or to compete against?
Well,
people
so
if
all it
you've
does
done-
is if you do the RX version and you get 1 rep at RX, you beat every single person that's scaled.
Yeah.
So if you get
okay.
the best score in the world scaled, but someone does 1 rep at RX, they go ahead of you. And then same again for the foundations. So the way that you compare against yourself in the coming years is if you had to scale 2 out of the 3 workouts, but then the next year you got 2 out of the 3 RX, you know, that's where improvement is. And the movements are always really similar. Like I was saying, goes from a thruster to maybe an air squat or like a box step over at 22.5 kilos to a box step over at 15 kilos. So they keep them really, really similar. So you still can compare against yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think as well, CrossFit are doing a bit better. There was a period of time there where they were like, we're going to throw some more difficult movement in here. We're going to put it at the start of the workout too, which was great for everyone that's really good at those movements, but just awful for everyone else. But I
Yeah.
think they've moved away from that now. And if there are more difficult movements, they're generally at the end. And one thing that I noticed at the Open is the success stories or the amount of people that surprise themselves at how well they do. They're like, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Like, for example, those workouts where it might be like 30 clean and jerks at a lightweight, and then you do something else, and then the more clean and jerks, and it goes up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
And it does get very heavy to the point where not many people are going to finish it. But I think like a lot of people are like, oh look, I don't even have any at 185. Or a lot of maybe guys, but I can't even do one. But like, I'm going to do this anyway, and they get their first ever one at
Yeah,
185.
yeah.
And I think
Best.
there's like that is just the epitome of someone doing the Open, like doing a movement or doing something they've never been able to do before, and they've given it a crack. And I think that there's a lot of workouts that you get like that, which you just, if you're a bit on the edge, you're like, oh, I might be able to get it, I might not. I think sometimes just you give it a shot,
Yeah.
and you hope, and you go for it.
You
But
definitely want to get your
Yeah.
first movement in the Open. It's the best. The
so
whole
good.
gym
Oh
erupts.
my god, the whole gym goes crazy. It's just fantastic.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
mad.
those like last year you had muscle ups at the end of that last workout. So you can get through it. If you get to the end, you're at the muscle ups, whatever you're trying for a muscle up, you're going for it. But
Yeah.
it's I don't think you look at that and go, I don't have muscle ups, I'm not going to do that workout.
And if we're getting these moments in the Open this year, can everyone else be better at trying to film them? Because I can't do all of them. I've like missed out on half of them. I try to take photos and get some videos, but it's pretty hard to cover everyone.
See-
Also because I'm dead from the workout. So,
I
that'd be good.
always go, oh, that was awesome. I should have filmed that.
Yes.
That's sort of my response.
Keep your phone in your pocket when you watch it. So you're ready.
Okay.
All right. What happens with warm-ups prior to the workout? Do we do this ourselves, or will there be some recommendations/suggestions for the warm-up?
So we always write a warm-up up on the whiteboard or it'll be on the TV for you to do, but we can't warm up every group every 15 minutes, 20 people in a heat every 15 minutes. So we write the prescribed warm-up, but it's totally on you how much of that you get through. And so the movements are very simple. We'll never throw in there anything that we don't do in our normal warm-up, so you'll know what they are. But everyone's floating around anyway, so you can ask what they are. But yeah, you need to come in and sort of read the warm-up yourself and put yourself through it, because we can't warm everyone up on a Friday night. It's pretty chaotic in there. Or take the Chris Midlam approach.
Yeah, do that.
Chatting is a
wing
good
it.
warm-up.
Just
Chatting.
wing it. Yeah.
Wing it,
Get
yeah.
yourself more nervous by talking about the
Yeah.
workout over and over again.
Typically, you'll get through on adrenaline anyway. So, always allow for that.
Probably a good time to, we always say this for this podcast, but remember, like on the day, there's a lot for Sean and Tash to go through, like organizing the heat. Some people will have to change the time last minute, make sure all the equipment's right for both male, female scaled, foundation, RX. There's a lot of stuff to go through. So if you come into the gym and have a million questions for them, you're probably going to get very short answers. So I can say that at least, but yeah.
It's a very polite way to put it.
It is stressful. It's probably more stressful than people think. But on a serious note though, Chris, what's
Yes.
your plan for the warm-up? Let's say you're in the 5 p.m. heat.
Yep.
There's thrusters, burpees, and double unders or something in the workout. What are you doing?
I'll take that workout.
What time do I? What was it? Thrusters,
5 p.m.
burpees, and double unders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how many double unders. Pretty good double unders. Lots of double unders. I'll take that.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
You probably are going to take that one. Look, it's all obviously everything's time dependent on how early you can get there. But for me, 5 o'clock. I think at a minimum, probably want to be there at 4:30. I think like maybe beforehand if you're ready. Like I don't
Putting
know.
my bet on
I
Sean here for this.
Yeah. 4:30 arrival time.
You know,
Okay.
people have got to work too. You know, like getting there for certain. You know, you're going to be there for a bit. To be honest with you, I probably change it up every time depending on sort of when I can get there. I just want to get there as early as I possibly can do. For me, I tell you one thing about a warm up though, and Sean mentioned it before, and I've been very guilty of it. Is going, I don't want to do too much of a warm up here. I don't want to use my energy. That's just not the right thing.
It doesn't work.
For me, anecdotally speaking, when I've done the best in an open workout, it's when I've been really sweaty and really warm, like generally got a sweat on before I started the workout. And I haven't used my energy up. I haven't used my strength up. It's all good, but I've been like, I got my heart rate going. I've been very guilty of doing a warm up and going, okay, I'll just do some stretching and get the movements in there. And okay, yeah, I'm feeling a bit limber, but I'm not warm. Like I'm not ready to go for a workout. And I start the workout, and you're just like, oh god, everything is everything feels heavier, and I find then I get into the workout, and maybe 5 minutes into it, that's when I'm starting to actually get a bit of rhythm. So I think one thing that I will try and focus on now is actually getting sweaty before I actually start the workout. I think that's it. Whatever your movement, obviously try and do the movements there, but that's anecdotally what's worked best for me, and I can also say anecdotally what definitely hasn't worked for me when I've tried to save energy.
Yeah. I don't think anyone will warm up too much. You won't be you never there's no such thing as warming up too much for an open workout.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. Do lots. Do as much as you can.
Brad, do you have any advice for the pre-heat workout routine?
Get on the bike.
No, but it's very similar. If you run or you ride, like normally that first 5 minutes is the most horrible of it.
Yeah.
Of course, your body's like pumping out lactic acid and it's trying to clear it and everything, and then you settle into your rhythm.
Yeah.
Everybody would know that about going for a run or riding or something, and it's no different to here. Like the first round maybe is one where you're blowing like, you joking? I've got 5 rounds to go with this, but then you settle into a rhythm. So if you, in theory, can kick off kind of around that rhythmic, you've already spiked your heart rate, you've already got rid of the lactic acid, and then you can come in and go from there.
Yeah.
But I think when you're fresh as well, but really fresh, like haven't really done a proper warm up, I'm more likely to just absolutely redline it in that first 30 seconds because I feel like I've just got all this energy and then just go. Whereas when you've already got a rhythm going, you're much more likely to do what you probably should do and actually have a slight game plan going into it.
Yeah, I'm a big one for routine. So if you come in normally super early and you stretch, you mobilize, you do your thing, like around like class structure, like 15 minutes for warm-up mobility, then a bit of strength, and then you do conditioning after that.
Yep.
And so that's what your body would be used to doing. So if you keep it the same as that, you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely.
But remember as well, though, if you compare it to a class, you'll warm up for 10, 15 minutes within the class.
Yeah.
I'd say it's rare that I see people do a proper warm-up before an open workout for 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
If ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably only Nick Baudouin.
Yeah. He's warming up now for Friday.
Good warm-upper.
He's a good warm-up-upper.
I will add one thing, and that's why I was very skeptical to your 30 minutes before arrival. One thing I will add is because a big chunk of what actually chews up that time is 10 minutes before the workout starts. You need to organize a judge. You need to make sure you have a right spot with the right equipment, because there's female spots, male spots. You have your spot within the heat. There's a lot of logistics that go in. to it. And then if you're stressing about that heavily before the workout,
I
that's
agree.
probably going to cause you a lot of anxiety.
I
just
take
to
back
do it.
my 4:30. Yeah, probably should get 4 o'clock.
But you can also organize a judge before you come in.
Oh, that'd help so
Yeah.
much. Everyone do that.
So you can message someone,
Please.
if you know you have a friend that's there and that's not going to be in your heat, you can ask them, hey, can you judge my heat? But then you also got to try and keep in mind, because this is also a bit of a headache, oh wait, that friend that I've asked, his heat is straight after mine. He
Yeah.
probably doesn't want to judge
Yeah.
the heat beforehand because he wants to warm up, right? So
I
there's
think what
all
also
those
helps
things.
is when you've done your workout, like put your hand up to
Oh,
do
please
to,
judge.
to,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
judge
Please
because
judge.
all I want to do after I've done a workout is talk about the workout. But the best thing you can do for everyone is to judge.
I should have mentioned this
No, no,
earlier
I
because
don't have to.
we've probably lost all of our listeners by now. But on how we do the heats as well is when the workout's released at 7 a.m. on Friday, we'll take a couple of hours to logistically figure out how many people we can fit in and how many lanes. And we post on the community page, say this Friday it'll be around, I imagine, after the 9:30 class, so 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'll post the heat starting at 4 p.m. and they go every 20 minutes. There'll be a 4, a 4:20, a 4:40, a 5, blah, blah, blah. And then it's first in, best dress. You just comment on that post with your preferred time. So you'll just write
Yeah.
5:20. And then at 1 o'clock, once everyone's read it, I'll go through from top to bottom and I'll fill in the heats. And then I'll put a photo up there so you'll know who's in every other heat and what heat you're in as well. So that should,
So what
in
time are you
theory,
going to post
help.
that then?
well,
Because I need to know that. Because that and the open announcement are the two most important times you've got to remember. Because if you don't get in there,
well, we think the announcement's at 7, but there's a class on. So
Oh,
I'll be
yeah.
coaching 6:30 to 7:30. Then Tash and I will have to set up the gym. That usually takes us an hour to figure out, right,
have a
we can have
9:30 as
10.
well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we'll figure out in that time frame, right, we can fit 10 people in and we've got X amount of 22.5 kilo dumbbells and 15 kilo dumbbells. So then we'll figure out the heats and then we're right, all right, we can fit 11 in a heat. We've got 80 people doing it. We'll start the feed. So I reckon 11 a.m. I'll post it.
okay.
Then we got to coach the 9:30. Then we'll post it.
11 a.m. Good.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Stay tuned. Do you want me to do a countdown? I'll do like a post.
Yeah,
Like heats
coming.
going up
Yeah, yeah.
at midday.
Yep. Good.
And so that'll be the first one. But then you know what will
don't
happen?
comment on that post,
Yeah,
though.
that's exactly what will happen. Buster will be on there straight away, 4 p.m. I'll be like, no.
And then that's it. You just wash. You're done. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm glad you can see how it works.
Oh my god.
Turn the comments off. Can you do that on Facebook?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's a
good
great
call.
idea.
Good call.
First good thing you've said.
It is.
But then people would just start posting it on the wall, on the feed. Just be like,
Hey, the comments are broken on the post.
If all else fails, just text Sean the time you want.
Don't text me.
yes, great. Okay, cool. We've gone through most of it. I think
Oh.
the very last one is simple. You have to register to participate.
Yes. I'll register today.
Look, I think, like I said before, yesterday we only had about 30 people registered all up. I know there was like heaps of people I know for a fact that are doing it that weren't on there. It helps us massively. The earlier you register, we can start figuring out how many people we're actually going to have in heats. So if you're listening to this and you plan on doing it, and even if you plan on doing it 1 out of the 3 weeks, go on and register so Tash and I can have a better idea of how many people we actually are dealing with. Because at the moment it's 30. Come Friday, it's probably going to be 70. And we'll have to change everything. So
Yeah,
please
at
register.
least.
Are you going to do a leaderboard? Like,
Yeah, we
like
do it
online?
Yep. Yeah, we do an online leaderboard of just the gym, male, female, and then mixed as well. Yeah.
Cool.
I've got a question if we're going to finish it up. Who's going to win male, female? Who's taking it out?
Maddie, Cavan, Nina.
Maddie, Kevin, Nina?
It's going to be very workout dependent, I think.
Here we go.
There
Just
we
give it
go.
straight up.
Yeah.
Depends if there's any biking events on it.
Yeah.
No, I'll put Zenik in there. Would Zenik
Zenik
get
up
Matty
there.
Cav?
Oh, okay. It's your answer.
Matty Cav.
Well, you
Come
got
on,
to pick
Z.
one.
Okay, I'll go see.
Zenik.
Excellent.
So before
Don't say
the
Maxine.
last week, I would have said Matty Cav. Not last week, like this last sort of couple of months, I would have said Matty Cav. God, I'm really leaning towards Kimbo at the moment.
I'm
I'm
going
really
Kimbo.
leaning
I'm
towards
going Kimbo
Like,
too.
I'm going to need 3 very, very good workouts for that.
I think, yeah, geez, he's just been destroying everybody in workouts at the moment. I think, I think it's the
Pacing's
right
Kimbo's
workouts.
key.
He's the king. He's the
Kimbo's
king of
got it.
pacing.
Yeah.
king of pacing.
It psychs you out
But
too.
I think-
Because you're like, I've got him.
I've got him.
here.
5 rounds, you lead for 4 rounds.
But
Kimbo's
also, like,
hurting
looking at-
last round.
Yeah.
What? How'd I lose by 12
God
minutes?
damn it.
It's insane. The king of pacing.
Keep going.
Seeing
Keep building the
Darius-
myth.
Darius has also been posting some amazing.
Darius is in
improved
good shape.
scores too.
Good shape.
That'll be the top 3.
I haven't seen them train for
100%.
ages, but so I'll ask you, Sean. Like, who's looking best now between Darius and Matty Cap?
It's tough questions.
I would say in the Open, Matty Cav's incredibly hard to beat in the first 3 weeks. In the next stage, where the movements change to, I think Darius will get him in the
More
next
skills
stage.
in the next stage.
But
More gymnastics.
Matty Cav, like he just you can't outwork him. You know that's what Matty Cav has.
Did you hear that, Darius?
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's very strong, but he'll also just absolutely leave everything there.
But in saying
every
that,
time.
I'm with Chris. I'm still picking you as the winner because I have not seen you train like this in
I'm
years.
happily retired. No, I think
No.
He's trying to fly under the radar.
Yeah.
He's very opposite to me. If I was in the shape you're in, I'd be like, I'm going to win this thing.
I think
100%.
No, I get it. Under the radar.
on a serious note, though, I think you've put it down to like a couple of workouts.
Yeah.
Not every workout I've done, so I'll do good in some workouts, but
Yeah, the 3 of them. And then I'm picking Amy Miller. Amy
oh,
Miller
yeah?
is the female winner.
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah.
pick a female
Yeah.
winner.
Brad didn't either.
Oh no. Yeah. Amy's crushed it
Amy Miller.
previous years, huh?
Yeah, she's very, very, very good. And then obviously you've got Nina, Tashi. I'm trying to think of last year's Sylvia. I'm trying to think of last year's leaderboard. Who am I missing?
Actually,
Like,
and Amy Polova's been
Sylvia
training pretty well.
is-
She's jumped a few levels for sure.
Yep.
In terms of like, if you're breaking it up into the masters, like Sil.
Oh, Sylvia's incredible.
Yeah.
Sylvia's
So
absolutely
good.
incredible.
But I think the highest placed athlete if you consider them within their age bracket, would be Buster.
Buster,
though.
yeah.
Buster is the highest. I think Buster is top 10 in the world.
And I think, and that's someone
In the
else to keep
Open.
an eye on though, in terms of like looking at them when they're going in against their categories, because he has been training really hard,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I think he's a genuine shot to. He got pretty close last year, didn't he?
This will be his best shot this year.
Yeah, because he's in a new age
He's
bracket.
in a new age bracket.
Yeah,
he's,
right.
he's the young pup
Yeah.
of the old people.
Does it get any older after that? No, is he in the
People?
oldest?
People live longer. Oh, you mean the categories?
Categories, yeah.
Okay.
Is he 60 plus?
No.
I
He's
don't
not
know
60,
the
he's
new
55.
categories. What's the highest category? Is it 65 plus? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I don't know the oldest category. We'll
One to
find
watch-
out.
One to watch though. He's looking good.
He's
Someone-
in good shape.
Someone
Mm.
spoke. Someone said that they massaged. Wait,
Whoa,
sorry.
hold on. Are we still recording?
I was speaking to somebody and they said they went to a masseuse or something and you Buster. They said, "Oh yeah, what's it like massaging Buster?" and they were like, "It's like rubbing a
think that all the
kitchen
time.
bench." That's I was like, he's built like granite.
So good.
my gosh.
Yeah, like rubbing your kitchen bench top. I was like, yeah, that sounds like it would be very accurate.
Doesn't sound like there's any client confidentiality in that place.
Oh, God.
Nah, awesome. It's always fun to do these podcasts. Makes me way more excited to do the Open, and hopefully that we've done the same for you. Brad, are you more pumped up now than what you were in the beginning?
Brad wasn't doing it 5 days ago.
Yeah, look, I enjoy the whole atmosphere, and I've got absolutely no desire or expectation on doing anything amazing with any results because I know I haven't been training anywhere near like I have been in previous years. But I want to be. I want to come and watch it. I love the spectacle of it. I will love watching other people doing it. I love watching Matty Cav and Darius Big D doing it, and
Yeah.
like I just love
fun.
watching people rip in.
Yeah.
It's sick. I love watching people do really well, and it makes you feel good about humanity because
Yeah.
people are like having a ball doing it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm more excited. Also more nervous as well. Like I do get nervous, like, and I think that's
That's
normal.
good.
People
Yeah.
need to know that. Like, absolutely normal to get nervous before these things, get the butterflies, and that's kind of part of it. And I think you know, that's just it. Everyone gets it. So
Do you get more-
if anyone's nervous about not doing, no, that's just completely normal. I don't think it matters who you are.
No.
Everyone
Whether
has that.
you're, what level you're at, everyone gets it. Completely normal. It's part of the fun, and it makes it even more enjoyable when you're finished.
Couldn't agree
But yeah,
more.
I'm a bit nervous now.
Are you more nervous before the announcement of the workout or after it's been announced?
Oh, it depends what the workout is. I think after it's out. Once
I'm the
you
total
know
opposite.
once you know what it is, I'm like,
Oh, you get more nervous then?
I think so, yeah. Oh, no,
Oh.
it depends. If it's one that I'm like, this is going to really hurt. A lot of them you look at, and this is the best part about it. I'm guilty of this all the time. You do look at the workouts. I don't know how long I've been doing CrossFit now, a long, long time, and I'm like, doesn't look that bad. I think I've got this one. And then there's ones you're like, even on paper, you're like, "Ugh, this is gonna be fun.
That's a
But I
good
think
question.
it depends what it is, though. Really.
Now, well, so after the announcement, then are you more nervous or less nervous if it's a good workout for you?
Less nervous if it's a good workout.
Oh,
for me.
Really?
There's something in
Wow.
there.
I'm the total
Yeah, I'm
opposite.
the opposite
Really?
too.
Yeah.
Oh, you put pressure on you because it's a good workout.
I
You're
know, it's
like,
gonna hurt
now
way
I've got-
more.
And you know you can
Yeah.
go at it. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like before the
There's-
workout,
there is
I'm.
that.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah,
the,
that's
the
funny that
workout I
you're
would be
like
the
that.
least nervous about is a heavy deadlift because it's the worst for me. And I'm not willing to
Really?
put my back on the line.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, I'll just be cruising through this
Yeah.
very slowly.
But if it's
But if it's like
thruster burpee for you,
for like 20 minutes, I'm like, holy, I'm just going to see reflections
That's a
on.
good point. Now you've made me more nervous about if it's good for me, and also more nervous if it's bad for me. So great.
Yeah.
you're
Nervous
easily
either way.
influenced.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I get what you're saying. Look, it's very workout dependent. I think.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Spot on. Alrighty, boys. Good work. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, that should be clear now. The open.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
right.
see you.
Shouldn't be any other
It'll
questions
release
after
on
that.
Friday. That's right.
Clear
We'll
as
see you on
mud.
Friday, maybe at 7 a.m., maybe at 11 a.m.
Pacific time, right?
Yeah.
East Coast time?
Pacific Western time.
Pacific-
AEDTV.
Central
Central
Pacific time.
Pacific time. Yeah.
Comes out Friday sometime.
Oh,
Have
all
fun,
right.
guys. Sign up.
See
Thanks,
ya.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. To watch more videos like this, you can click the next one right up here. And if you want to subscribe, click the link down here.